Marsh Madness is well underway. Jeff, we've seen a number of upsets early on, but there are some things that really haven't surprised us. What is your breakdown of the tournament so far?
Well, it's been really exciting. We've seen some of those underdogs, take down some of the big dogs, but we're seeing a lot of those perennial powerhouses just move on through like we expected. So those Invasives, year after year, they're just outcompeting those natives. Let's talk about one of the ones that I'm really big on this year that I think is going to go quite far in the tournament, Phragmites. So Phragmites is an invasive species that you'll see in wetlands all across North America. And they're a tall grass, so they can get up between 6 to 8 feet high. And so you're going to see these grasses, and they're going to outcompete the native marsh plants out there.
And really, what gives them the advantage? Is it the height, or is it really what's going on in the post underneath?
Yeah, so it's not so much that height, it's what's underneath. What's underneath the surface right here is they're going to have that deep root system. So they're going to have roots that are going to come down about 6 feet underground, John.
So how can a wetland defend itself against this type of this staggering offense?
Well, it's tough. It's tough. So we can't just worry about controlling the top up here. This height is difficult, but really we got to focus on the bottom down here. So really what you want to do is come in with a controlled burn. So you want to burn off this top layer and try to get down into these roots.
And that type of a burn is not something that the amateur can take lightly. You got to leave that to the professional.
Absolutely. So only professionals should be doing a controlled burn, and you want the conditions to be just right. So you're going to need to come back for 2 or 3 seasons to really try to knock out the Phragmites.
So, Tournament, how does a native species really start to reestablish its game and start to come back in full strength?
You're going to need to maintain control of that invasive species like Phragmites. So you want to, once you get them eradicated, you're going to want to make sure that they don't come back. And you're going to want to nourish those natives. You're going to want to help them along and make sure that they don't have to compete against these big invasive species.
So how do you see this breaking down over the rest of the tournament?
Well, unfortunately, these Phragmites have not been controlled yet, so I just see them going all the way to the end. They're going to be my pick, John.